Hey guys, tonight's movie review is for Joy, starring Jennifer Lawrence, Bradley Cooper, and Robert De Niro. A little bit about this movie. It centers around the character Joy, and Joy is played by Jennifer Lawrence. And Joy is a girl who always had kind of this magic, this adventurous, creative side as a little girl, and her grandmother had always told her, you're going to go on to do great things. You're a magical person. You're going to do something to change their whole family. And so Joy, as an adult, maybe hasn't quite hit that point that her grandmother said she was going to be. She's a single mom to 2 children. She's divorced, and her divorced husband still lives in the basement of her house. And her house kind of has a multi-generational house. She's got her kids, her mother, her grandmother, all live in this house, along with her father, played by Robert De Niro, who kind of comes in and out in between girlfriends or loves that he has. He'll come and stay with them. So Joy is this overworked, underpaid person who works for an airline agency. She just can't really, I don't know, she can't catch a break really. And she's got kind of this crazy family dynamic. Like I said, the ex-husband who doesn't really have a job, kind of loafs around and lives there. Her mother, who's obsessed with these soap operas, and she just sits in her room all day and watches soap opera after soap opera, episode after episode. And one day, Joy finally realizes, you know what? I'm going to try to live up to this potential, like this kind of spark that I had as a child that had been missing for so long. And so she creates something with her own hand. She draws with crayons that her kids have, makes this design, makes it all happen, does everything herself, and invents what later becomes known as the Miracle Mop. And so the movie is kind of can't speak. The movie is about the weird family dynamic that she has, all the background that made her who she is, and then also, getting this product and the process of how do you get the product out there. She tries to sell it in the parking lot of a Kmart and gets run off by the cops, and eventually runs into or gets a connection through her ex-husband to meet with this little station that's just now starting. No one had ever heard of it, called QVC. And the man who is in charge of QVC is played by Bradley Cooper. And so they start this kind of friendship, rivalry relationship, and she's able to present her product on QVC. So that's kind of what the movie is about in a nutshell. It's this woman, her family dynamic, her making this invention, and the process of how it became to be, a pretty household item that a lot of people had in their homes. As far as the movie itself, I thought the beginning of the movie was really, really disjointed. I think it was kind of done intentionally because the beginning of the movie is trying to set up this dynamic, kind of show how crazy her life is, how crazy these people in her life are, but it felt really disjointed. You really didn't know what was going on. It kind of skipped around. There were even, I think, some important scenes that must have been cut and they're addressed later in the movie, and so you really feel like the disjointment as you're going along, because about halfway through the movie kicks in, and then it kind of does have a pattern that it follows, a pace that you can follow, but the beginning is very disjointed. I think it was done intentionally, but for me, that didn't really work. And it was also strange to flip styles in the middle of the movie, in my opinion. As far as the acting, I thought Jennifer Lawrence, again, in a David O. Russell movie, very, very strong. Very well-developed character. Another person, I would say Bradley Cooper, who I don't always love in David O. Russell's movies. He had a much smaller part in this one, but I actually really enjoyed him in this. I thought that he did extremely well with what he was given. Now, as far as some of the peripheral characters, Jennifer Lawrence's mom and dad are played by Virginia Madsen and Robert De Niro, who are both wonderful actors. Robert De Niro, I think, does okay. I think Virginia Madsen's character, along with some of the other family members and peripheral characters, are a little almost like caricatures of people, and that might have been done intentionally too, but it's kind of weird to have these full, well-rounded characters next to these like really flat caricature weird characters. I don't think that that really worked. I think everybody did as well as they could with what they were given, but I don't think all the characters worked well. Um, so as a whole, I would give this movie a B minus, especially or pretty much because of Jennifer Lawrence. I think she does a really good job with what she's given. This isn't a perfect movie. It's not the best movie probably with this group of people, but I think it's decent, and it tells an interesting story. It takes a little while to get going. The beginning, the disjointedness, almost kind of slows down what's going on. But once the real story about the Miracle Mop kicks in, I think then the movie really finds its kind of its pacing, its niche, and then it goes just fine. So yeah, overall I'd give it a B minus. That's all I've got for tonight. I hope you guys have a really happy holiday, no matter what you're celebrating. Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah is over. But anyways, happy holidays, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.